Hello and welcome to the Balancing Core Flow. My name is Amanda, Happy Hippie Fitness. I'll be taking you through this class today. I created this flow based on Instagram poll results because I wanted to craft some yoga flows that were exactly what you guys wanted to see. So we're taking in core, balancing, and 15 to 20 minutes was the sweet spot that everyone voted on. So we're going to get right into this class today. As always, if you'd like to see anything, let me know in the comments below, or you can DM me on Instagram, Happy Hippie Fitness with the _. And I'm always willing to make flows that you guys want to see. So we're going to get started in a wide child's pose. That means you want to bring your kneecaps to the outside of your mat and your toes should tap together. Hips go back. Let's drop the head down. We're just going to ground down for a second today. Take some time to feel the mat underneath your fingertips and your head, and let your body get heavy and sink into this feeling. Start to notice your breath in any area of your body that feels tight or stiff. We'll come back to a quick body check at the end of the class to see if there's any differences. Last thing I ask of you while we're here is to come up with an intention or an affirmation for today's practice. We're working on our core, and everything that you do adds up. So if you can't do something or you find something challenging, accept it. Try not to be hard on yourself today. We're not forcing anything. We're not being mean to our bodies or our minds about what we can or cannot do. Know that you took this time to try something, to do something for yourself that's good for your mind and your body. So just feel the gratitude and appreciation for yourself that you chose to be here today to do this. Anytime you feel those thoughts of frustration or just mean thoughts come up, replace them with the gratitude and appreciation for being here today. When you're ready, we can open our eyes if you have them closed. We're going to come into a tabletop position. So we're going to walk our hands up until they're underneath our armpits. We want to square out the body so our knees are underneath our hip bones. Chin is tucked in here. We're going to take some cat-cows to warm up our spine before we get into it today. So we're going to start by dropping the chest and the belly down, bringing the chin up and arching the back slightly for a deep breath in. And then as we exhale, we start to round and tuck everything. So we're tucking the chin, the tailbone. Our palms are pressing against the earth actively. And then we breathe in again as we drop the chest. The chin goes up. And we exhale. So you round the back and tuck the chin in. And start to do these two movements linked up with your own breath, as slow or as quick as you would like to go this morning. We're just warming up. Now, an option that I like to do in the morning, you can continue the cat-cows, or we can kind of open up the spine a bit by twisting. So I like to bring my left elbow down and then look over my right shoulder. Deep breath in. And then as I exhale, I pass through tabletop, and then I exhale by bringing my right elbow down and looking over the left. So I kind of just like to twist a bit. I feel this opens up my lats, helping my chest and shoulders, and most of the time my back will crack, which always feels good. So option to add this in, otherwise you can go for those cat-cows. Move with the breath, exhaling as you look up, inhaling as your head passes through tabletop. An option to come back to stillness. I invite you to take any movements that you think you need to warm up before we go into the flow today. So if you want to add some wagtails or pass through anything that you feel you need, take that time quickly here. And we're coming back onto all fours once you're ready. I want you to shift the weight of your body into your right side and make sure your back is flat for this part. You don't want it arched too much. You want to keep that core engaged. We're just lifting up the left arm and looking at those fingertips. start to notice any muscles in your stomach that activate to kind of stabilize you. Just be aware of them. The tops of my feet are flat, and if this feels good, you can stay here, but otherwise, I'm going to lift my right leg up, so I have left arm and right leg. I'm holding this here. If you feel this in your lower back, think about tucking in that tailbone. Instead of arching your back, you want it tucked in. And on the exhale, I want you to bring the knee to the elbow. Inhale, we're going to lengthen the body. Exhale, come together for that crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. We got one more. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. We'll come back to tabletop. If your right wrist feels a little funky, we can press the outside of your wrist onto the mat and think about peeling it back nice and slow, just to kind of loosen up the wrist after that. When you're ready, we'll get the other side. So slightly shifting the weight into the left side, just a little bit, to lift that right arm up, looking forward. Again, the back toes are flat. You're not curling them. And we start to lift the left leg, if that's available for you today. Take that deep breath in as you lengthen, and as you exhale, we crunch elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Third time here, going in for that crunch. And our last time, lengthen nice and long. Look at the fingertips. Exhale, crunch. Hands back down to the mat. Stretch out that left wrist if you need to. You can roll it out in the air, roll it out against the mat. And now we're going to get ready to tuck the back toes down. The fingertips should stay nice and wide, kind of like webbed. And we're going to tuck the tailbone and rise up for our first downward dog of the flow. Pedaling out the calves if we need to here. And take a second, let the head get heavy. Hold no tension in your neck. Shift the weight onto the left foot a little bit as we lift the right leg up in the air. Take a deep breath in, and we're going to bring it to our nose. Hold it, and we'll bring it back. This time, we're going to step the foot forward until it steps into a lunge. So bring it towards your nose, step it forward, and leave both of the hands on the mat right where they are. We're going to open up into a dragonfly twist. So left hand stays pressed on the mat, right arm opens up, looking at those fingertips. Option to bring the hand behind you as you look up. From here, we're going to step forward onto our mat. So you can either walk yourself up, or we can try to do a little bit of balance. So I want you to press into your left hand and press into your right foot. I'm going to lift my back leg up until I'm in a standing split. And then lift the arm up and try to rise without holding on to anything. Again, if you fail, that's the beauty of it. We're accepting where we are today. Trying to find an object to gaze. We're holding the left leg up. So if you walked forward, meet me with the left leg raised. We're going to go into our tree pose. So tree pose, you can put the left foot on your shin, on your knee, or you can bring it up to your hamstring. See, guys? I did it. I'm still up. Ooh. Hang out here for a little bit. The more you exhale and squeeze your core together, the stronger you'll be in this position. If you want a real challenge, if you close your eyes, you may lose your balance. So try it. If you want to see if you can hold the balance with your eyes closed, it's always fun to try it, but I'm telling you. So come down onto your feet, shake them out for a second here. We can transition into a three-legged warrior again. So we're going to lift that left leg up, and we're going to hinge forward with the left leg up, keeping the eyes on something in front of you, and we're going to step back until we get to this lunge position. Now I want you to take that back foot and we're going to open it up. We're getting ready for our warrior two. So I like to go a little bit wider. Knee should be in line with your ankle. And we're looking over our right fingertips here. Taking a deep breath in, I want you to lean forward with the arm. Flip the palm, and we're getting ready to reverse the warrior. So flipping back here. Now I want you to do this nice and smooth. We're gonna flip our hands into like a cartwheel. So cartwheeling our hands down, right back into dragonfly, and then we're coming into downward dog. Hold that for a second. Breathe if you need it. We're gonna go into plank and then pass through a chaturanga of your choice. You can come down on the knees like so, or you can stay up and bring yourself down. Option to take a back bend of your choice. I'd recommend, if it's in the morning, to do a baby cobra. So our toes are gonna push into the mat, squeezing our butt, and then we're gonna lift our arms, our elbows up for a mini back bend. Then we can come, tuck the toes, place the hands down, downward dog. So breathe here if you need it, and we're gonna get ready to repeat that on the other side. So leaning onto my right foot, my left leg comes up in the air. It's gonna come to tap near my nose, baby crunch. We're gonna bring it back up. And then this time when the knee comes through, we're gonna step it forward into our dragonfly. Opening up the body. Option again to bring the hand behind, tuck it under for a little bit of a bind. From here we can walk to the top of the mat, or we can press into the right hand, press into the left foot. We're gonna begin to rise that right leg, standing splits. And then if we can, we're gonna bring that right knee forward, all the way to the top. If you need a second to bring the foot down, you can. We're gonna transition into tree of your choice. Option to close the eyes if you'd like. And then we're gonna step back into that three-leg warrior. So foot is still up, and then it lands behind me as I open up into my warrior two. Deep breath in, I'm gonna lean forward, flip the palm, bring it back behind me for that reverse warrior, keeping the integrity of the left knee bent. And we're gonna cartwheel the arms down, dragonfly, coming back into downward dog quickly, passing through plank either on the knees or all the way down. Little back bend of choice. And then we'll tuck the toes for downward dog. So we're gonna repeat that one breath, one movement, left and right side. So we're gonna start again with the left side. Shifting all the weight onto the left foot. We're gonna bring the right foot up in the air. Exhale, we bring it to our nose. Inhale, we bring it up. Exhale, we step it through. Deep breath in, we have dragonfly. As we exhale here, we have the option to step forward or press into the hand and the foot to rise up into half splits. Inhale as you try that nice rising left foot stays up. Exhale, we have tree. Hold it for one breath. Inhale, we're going to begin that three-legged warrior by leaning forward, left leg stays up, and we land into our warrior two. Inhale, we're going to lean forward and flip the palm. Exhale for reverse warrior. Deep breath in, cartwheel the hands down into that dragonfly, and we're back into our downward dog. Hold that breath as we pass through our plank, inhaling at the bottom and exhaling for our back bend of choice. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Shifting the weight onto our right foot, the left foot comes up in the air, comes towards your nose for that little crunch. Exhale, bring it back up as we get ready to step to dragonfly. Opening up and choosing the bind of your choice for a big breath here. Exhale, let's push the foot and the hand into the mat and try to rise up or step forward. Inhaling, we're bringing that right leg up in the air, coming into our tree for one big breath. Exhale, we are leaning forward, staying in warrior three as we step back and open up the body into our warrior two. Inhale as we lean forward, flip the palm, come back into that reverse warrior. Exhale as we cartwheel the hands, coming back in a downward dog. And when you're ready, let's hit a nice child's pose. You can choose wide leg or close leg, whatever serves you best today. Notice the difference in your body. Notice the heat that you've built up. This is what you guys wanted on the Instagram poll, so I delivered for you. Be careful what you wish for. Notice if your core feels fired up, if any tightness has diminished a bit, if you're a little less stiff. And again, praising yourself for making the time for this. If any part of that was difficult, you stuck through it. If you're listening to me right now, that means you got through the flow and you're where you're supposed to be. So when you're ready, we're going to transition into a seat. So you can walk the hands up, bring them behind you as you spin to sit on our butts. You want to have your feet on the ground like so. We're going to do one last core movement. You might already know what it is based on how I'm sitting. And then we're going to do a nice Shavasana. So with this, we're going to get ready for boat. Boat pose can be done in a plethora of ways. The easiest way would be to bring the hands on the ground to support you while you're going through this flow. Or you can keep the hands up. So just keep that in mind. Anything that I show you, you can always bring the hands down like this. So boat with the arms down would be this. The other version of boat is lifting up like this. And if you're feeling really funky, a little frisky, you can bring the legs all the way up like so. So those are the 3 variations you can do. Even this one, you can have the hands back. So whatever feels good to you, hands down, hands not, play around with it. Sometimes I start off a little harder and I end up dropping down by the end. So we'll see what happens. First thing I want you to do is get grounded. Keep the feet on the ground here. Make sure your back isn't arched. Take a second, tuck in that tailbone. Pretend you're blowing out a birthday candle and squeeze that core. You're going to bring the shoulder blades back, bringing the legs up in the air. Hands stay wherever you can keep them. You're going to hold this as we breathe. Deep breath in, and every time you exhale, think about blowing out that candle. Keeping that core nice and knit, nice and tight. Good, bring the feet down. Take a deep breath in, and let it out. We're going to go for our second round. Maybe you want to change it up. Maybe you want to try to straighten the legs. Maybe you can lift the hands off the mat. Maybe you can't. Do what you can. See if maybe you can challenge yourself, okay? So we'll get ready. Keep that back flat. Deep breath in. Let's blow out a candle. And we can lift the legs up. And again, maybe you want to straighten them out. You can even bring the hands above your head. I'm not going there today, so hold it where you can. Feel that shake, welcome it. Maybe think about squeezing your thighs together a little tighter. Actively squeeze them like you have a ball in between your knees. And bring them down. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Let it out. We're gonna do it one last time together, guys. You asked for core, so here we go. Maybe if you're on the ground, you can lift one hand up. Change it up on this last one, okay? So back flat, core tight, blow out that candle, and we lift the legs up to begin. You were strong, you were capable, you were balanced, you can do this. You can play around with the positioning for these last few seconds. I'm shaking, you're shaking, and come down. Okay, so when you're ready, we're gonna go into our Shavasana right away. So roll onto our backs, nice and controlled. Come down and let the body rest. Letting the arms fall beside you, keeping the palms up towards the sky to receive. Letting the feet fall wide out towards the mat. Just notice your heart rate. Feel your heartbeat here against your chest after that. Notice your breath. Don't try to change it. Notice if it's gotten quicker, longer, heavier. Just become aware of the changes in your body within these past few minutes. Feel the air pass through your lungs. put a smile on your face for getting this done, taking the time to do it. In such a short amount of time, you did something good for yourself. You got your body moving, we moved energy around, and you worked on your core, no matter what level you're on. I'm going to give you these last few moments here of silence for yourself. Slowly start to come back to the body. You can move your toes and your fingertips around a bit. Then you can push yourself onto the side when you're ready. Take a moment to that fetal position. As you slowly start to make your way up to seated, you don't have to go at my pace. Keeping the eyes closed. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you soon.